Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Hey, welcome back. So, still doing that first mission in the Advance Wars 1 Advance campaign, which is, it seems pretty easy so far. I've had to do some janky shit that I haven't even talked about just because I'm talking about why I like Advance Wars. But it's, I mean, I guess that's fine. Don't worry about it too much. I've been doing really well here. I think I've only lost like an APC and something else. I don't even know. But my casualties rating is very, very good. Unfortunately, you're graded at the end of all of these missions, and one of those grades is for speed. And don't fucking expect me to get good grades in this campaign. I'm literally just doing it to see if I can, and to show you why I like Advance Wars. So there's not going to be like an S-rank playthrough. Like, I'm not going to look at any strategy guides. I know there's like fucking obtuse-ass branching paths in this game where it's like, if you use this person 3 times in this area, then you unlock this mission instead of this mission at the end. And you're like, fuck man, that sounds great. But I don't want to do that, or I already failed at doing that, so I can't do that. And that sucks. So I'm not looking at a guide for this, partly because I want to see if I can do it by myself. And I mean, if it gets too ridiculous, maybe I'll look at a guide, but I'm going to try to get through as much as I can without looking at a guide. But I do want to emphasize that I am not a professional strategy game player, though, oh man, if I ever get fucking money from YouTube, I can say that I'm a professional strategy game player. Even though I'm probably like the most casual, not the most casual. I love strategy games a lot, but I'm so like not competitive at this shit. I just don't care about getting S rank or doing Fire Emblem in like the least number of turns or playing fucking Civilization while going directly to a victory. Like I play like Civilization is like a different kind of strategy game, but you can definitely play it more efficiently and less efficiently. And I definitely play it terribly inefficiently, and that's okay. That's the way I like to play it. I like to come up with a little narrative in my head, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. So we're bringing up. So all right. So the 3 remaining units that Olaf has. Olaf is such a like a ridiculous name. Sorry if you're named Olaf, but it's so clearly trying to go for like Russia theme. Like even their HQ looks like the Kremlin or some shit. So he's got 3 units left, but they're all tougher than what we have. So what we're going to use is our artillery unit. So unlike Fire Emblem, ranged units in Advance Wars are insanely useful. They're super powerful. Like artillery can punch higher grades of tanks for they can punch way above their weight, essentially, but they are super weak on defense. So what we're gonna do is little bait and switch tactics with these medium tanks up here, because we've only got these tiny shitty tanks, and he's got the biggest ground unit in medium tanks, and that sucks. That's a real bum. So we're gonna try to lure him into the guns of our artillery, and then somehow do that again. It's gonna be tough because he put a tank on each side of this rocket unit, and the rocket units are bad because it's like a super artillery, so they punch with the power of 1,000 suns. And I hate that. I hate being punched with the power of 1,000 suns. So what I'm going to do is try to bait out the first tank, and then simultaneously kill the rocket unit and set up an ambush for the other tank. So we'll see how that goes. If I do this here... So this tank, the red squares is where that tank can fire, not where he can go. So if I put this tank here and then put this artillery here, this medium tank can't attack the artillery but can attack the tank, and both of the squares that he can attack the tank from can be fired upon by the artillery because they have a range of 2 to 3. Alright, cool. Looks like that was pretty good. It'll also work if I put a tank up here, and I might as well just to bring all the tanks up here. Have everyone else keep moving. Recon, you can drive across the plains, get up here. Yeah, it's the first mission. I wasn't expecting it to be too difficult. There's going to be a little plays where it's like, I have to do this perfectly, or else I'm going to lose some units. And I'd rather not lose units because I always play conservatively in strategy games. But Shit, I put them on a city. So the cities, in addition to healing friendly units when you've captured them, also provide a huge defensive bonus. So that means that this medium tank is probably going to survive the guns of my artillery this turn. That's okay. At worst, he's going to come around and punch a big hole in one of my artilleries, but that's okay because I don't think he can do lethal damage to them. At least, not with that medium tank. Like, if a medium tank at full health got a piece of an artillery, like, it might just obliterate the artillery immediately. And that would suck. I wouldn't want that because I need these artilleries. So, yeah, where's he going? Like, yeah, you see the city healed up his medium tank by 2 hit points. And considering each unit has only 10 HP maximum, it's pretty important. Interesting. Okay, so the AI decided to not attack with the medium tank and just sort of let it sit on the city, which means I get to obliterate it with my artillery. You'd think he would just at least attack the fucking infantry that I parked right in front of him. But no, I guess not. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's, you know, your life to live, dude. So what we're going to try to do is sort of dogpile onto this rocket unit and then have artillery here and here so that we can kill the rocket unit and ambush the medium tank on the same turn. This is a pretty basic play. I mean, not like incredibly basic, but basic enough where I don't feel like it's super stretching my imagination, you know. So because like if you're fighting medium tanks, like the most efficient thing you can do is try to run them into the guns of your artillery because the price discrepancy between the two units is so fucking enormous that it's way more cost effective to use artillery against medium tanks than it is to just throw medium tanks against medium tanks. And the same sort of goes for rockets, but rockets are almost overkill. You almost only need them if you're just getting swarmed by medium tanks, because they just do so much damage per shot, but they're so fucking squishy, and they're almost as expensive as a medium tank. So you're like, if you've got enough walls to hide behind, the rockets will pay off, but artillery can pay off much faster, just by getting a couple shots off, because like they cost literally less than half of a medium tank. What interests me, like, so Advance Wars doesn't talk about it that much. Like, it reveals its heritage, but it's actually sort of the spiritual successor to a group of games called Super Famicom Wars, I believe, which were games on the SNES, I think. Don't quote me on that. Look it up and figure it out for yourself. But they're basically this. It's sort of the same style that like Fire Emblem in the United States was released just as Fire Emblem, but it was actually the 7th Fire Emblem game. Like, this is, I'm sure, way down the line of Super Famicom Wars titles. And that's fine. I mean, I forget what I was going to talk about. It's all gone now. Let's see if I can kill this rocket unit. Okay, so these 2 tanks should be able to kill that rocket unit in a single turn. And then I should be able to bring around the artilleries right behind the tanks so that wherever the medium tank goes, both artilleries can shoot at it, which is important. Because, like, while the artilleries do punch way above their weight, that doesn't mean they're fucking, like, not by themselves, they're not gonna wreck a medium tank in a single turn. Like, it'll still take a couple turns, but every time you're taking chunks out of that medium tank, like, you can sort of count it as dollars. So, like, the medium tank costs 16,000 gold, or whatever it is, currency. And whenever you heal it, it heals for 2 on a city, right? I bonked the desk with my knee, and it looks terrible in the capture, I'm sorry. So whenever you heal the medium tank, you have to pay 1/5 of the cost again. So whatever math that is works out to be. Like, if you're doing damage to that medium tank, God, he put it on like HQ too. What an asshole. You're essentially shooting dollars out of him. You're making the medium tank cost more to be used at its full effectiveness. And like, a medium tank is best used when it's on the attack. Like, you saw it knocked my regular tank down to 2 HP, which is huge. It lets 80% of its health out in a single shot, and that's enormous. Oh gosh, excuse me. It's enormous. So it's really good on offense, but if like the artillery, being able to shoot it down to 4 with 2 shots, considering the artillery cost 6,000 each and took no damage in return for that. It's artillery are just really, really great, is what I'm saying, and they're really, really great in the campaign mode where you are basically fighting against a computer who will respond to the bait. When you're playing against an actual person, they're probably not going to fucking run their medium tanks right down the barrels of your artillery like Olaf is doing with me. But cool, looks like we just beat the first mission of the Advanced campaign of Advance Wars, and it only took 2 episodes. Good job, Tim. Good job, Tim Friend. But it's a very short map, so I'm sure it'll be more bullshit next time on Tim Friend. I lost again!